What do you mean you thought I couldn't spell? Of course I can spell. I'm a well-educated man. Hey, everybody. Welcome to DeWitt 3D on this wonderful Sunday night. Hey, thank you, everybody who contributed to this magic number up here. I have surpassed 500 subscribers. And as you all know by now, by watching the video I just put out, no sound on intro. There has to have been sound on intro. I'll have to work on that because that was hooked up and working. Okay. Anyways, long as you have sound here. Your speakers were off. Are you the same one, Jerry, that told me I couldn't spell? Anyways, welcome. As you all know, next Sunday we have a big giveaway coming on DeWitt 3D to celebrate the 500 subscriber mark. That's coming next Sunday at a special time of 6 o'clock p.m. Thank you, everybody who's here right now. I'll just say some quick hellos. I've got a little new setup here now, so I'm hoping this is going to be a whole lot easier, and I'm going to give you guys a quick tour of the studio as to how it's set up now. I have Jerry 3D Printing and Painting. Thank you for popping in. I see Tron is here. Now I'm getting a buzzing in my computer. It's annoying. Tron Non-Fam is here. Welcome. Astro Printer Liam, thank you for popping in. And we have OGMS Tech. Hello, welcome. And Tripod John, how are you? And let's see, J5WE3D, Radmaster, Gary T. Welcome everybody to the stream. Well, as most people probably, sorry, I'm getting an annoying beeping in my computer here. Maybe my video card's overloading, who knows? But I've got USB stuff plugged in everywhere in this thing. So as everybody might have thought, no, there wasn't a spelling mistake. PCTG is definitely what we're going to be looking at tonight. I watched a video on oh, sure. Now I forget the name of the company. They're the ones that sell that really good adhesive. Oh, I have to look it up now. But anyways, I watched a. Oh, thank you. Oh, hello, Maria. Welcome. Thank you. I'm glad you like the studio. I digress. I got sidetracked when I saw this. That she said the studio looks good. So, hey, Paul, Chris, hello, Dominic, Chris, Paul, Red Light. Yeah, as you notice, it's a little bit of a better backdrop here. I've spent a lot of time tearing the old studio apart, moving things around, and just sort of reorganizing a little bit to give myself a little bit more working space, which I'll show you guys a little after, and to give myself a less cluttery looking spot just for me to talk to you guys and so forth. So I'm still working on the camera positions and the lighting positions, so we just need to be a little bit patient on that and see how that goes. But yeah, this is a little less cluttery feeling to me. The background's not as busy, so you don't get as lost in the background, but I wanted to make sure I kept this. I'm still getting the finger things. I wanted to make sure I kept this sign visible, so I could display messages on this, display sponsors, et cetera, on this, which I'll be putting into use next week during the big giveaway. So yeah, well, let me just quickly give you a tour introduction first, then we'll get into the PCTG talk that I was doing. No new 3D printers this week, Paul. Nope. That's why we're gonna talk a little bit about Filament this week, and next week is going to be a big giveaway. But I cannot think of the name of that company. Anyways, I watched a video on the PCTG. Apparently, it's been around for a long time. It's just I'd never heard of it until I saw this video. I was quite impressed with what I saw on this video. So I decided to order some. I got a couple rolls in very fast. It's a filament made in the USA by a company called Essentium. So their packaging is very plain. So that's what their packaging looks like. PCTG. This is the black. It comes in 750 kilogram and 2.5 kilogram rolls. Nothing fancy about their packaging, which I don't mind. It just means that they spend their money on their product and they don't necessarily have to have the prettiest looking packages in. That's not a 3D Vision Miner. Thank you, Gene. Vision Miner was the company that I'm talking about. Exactly. Vision Miner has some really great videos out on some of their, everybody who knows Vision Miner knows that they deal in high-end printers, high-end filaments for industrial use. And that's the video I did watch where I saw and learn for the first time about PCTG, and it kind of intrigued me. So I thought, hey, why not? So one of the newer members to our family tonight is going to be, I'm trying, and I just unplugged it, but I'm trying a different camera for doing some close-up and focusing work. This is an older Olympus camera, but it can also be used as a streaming camera. And I just unplugged it from its extension USB cable here. So if it's going to work or not is another thing. I may have to trick it into working. So we'll see. I might have just messed myself up there, but that's okay. I didn't expect to have it working tonight anyways, because I was having trouble sourcing the custom Olympus cable for it. So we'll see. But I may have just knocked it off. Let's just switch to that camera and see if it did knock it off. And I believe, yeah, it did knock it off. Okay, not a big deal. The other thing I was going to just show you guys really quick. I'll show you sort of the main part of the studio here. I've got this side camera view. So right here is where I'm sitting now. You can see in front, I've got the one monitor here. I'm monitoring the chat over on this monitor. Okay, I've got a printer sitting here, which is where we're going to be working with tonight. And then over behind, you can just almost sort of see in the background there, I've got double the bench space. Here I can just sort of give you a quick view over there. I've got double the bench workspace that I had before. Yes, I've stripped apart an old printer there. I'm using it for the parts. I've got a few printers on there, and that's going to be sort of my messy, quote unquote, messy in progress workbench area. So, and in the meantime, we'll just sort of settle this guy back in up here. There we go. Yeah, so that's sort of, it's a work in progress, the studio. So, yeah, so we're kind of hoping. Thanks, Radmaster. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm working hard on this setup to try and get it to look a little more professional looking and a little easier to work around and maneuver with. So, okay, that said, let's just get into tonight's topic. So PCTG, for those of you who haven't heard of it like me, let me just find, I'm going to pull up the description of it from the Essentium website. I have that here ready to go somewhere, and it is, I just have to share my screen here. Bear with me 2 seconds. I'm going to share this screen. This is going to be funky. You ready? Okay, and then if I switch over to the, right here. So here we have it. This is the Essentium, this is their website right here, talking about the difference between PCTG and PETG. Don't ask me to pronounce the name of the chemical, etc., that's in it, because I can't. I'm not able to. But PETG, we all know what it stands for. Polyethylene whatever. Okay, that word there, glycol. Okay, and a lot of us have used PETG, and we know how durable it is, the temperatures it prints at, etc., etc. It's FDA certified. It's chemical resistant. It's food and medical grade safe, depending on how you're working with it. So now PCTG is said to be stronger. Okay, so I'm not going to pronounce that word again, but it's the same polyester family as PETG. It's similar to PETG in application and molecular structure. However, it has a higher chemical resistance, larger range of printing temperatures, and increased durability. So it makes it easier to work with, etc. And apparently, I haven't tried it yet. Maybe we'll try it tonight. We'll see. But depending on the temperature you print this at, the temperature range of this material on the roll is from 200 and, let me just see where I read that, 220 degrees to 280 degrees. So it has a 60-degree range you can print it in. And depending on the temperature you print it in, you get a glossy or a matte finish. So I'm printing it right now. I've done some test prints at the 255-degree temperature range. Let's get out of here. And they've turned out pretty good, but I'm going to print some live. I'm going to switch the material. So I'll show you what I printed earlier today. Let me just go to this camera right here. I printed these two pieces earlier today. This one here, I just whipped this up really quick in Fusion 360. This has I believe it was a 2 or 3 millimeter wall. It's a 30 millimeter square cube. Printed this in the PCTG. I printed it at 255-degree nozzle with a 80-degree bed. Okay, and these were printed on this printer right here. Let me just give this other view here. So these were printed on this printer here, which is a CR-6SE. That's Tripod Garage's favorite printer for anybody He doesn't know that. So yeah, those were printed on this printer here. And then, so I printed this little guy here, and then I thought, well, I'm going to print him again. So I went into Fusion and I made the walls a lot thinner. So I made the walls 0.8 millimeters thick, and I made the bottom 0.8 millimeters thick because I wanted something that would print pretty quick and that would test the strength and rigidity of this material. So your favorite, yes it is, isn't it? Hey, when it works, it's a great printer. But and so I'm quite happy with the finish on this. They came off the bed very easy. My first layers both turned out really, really nice on these. There's the bottom of that thicker one, bottom of the thinner one. There we go. And then what I did, and I'm going to do another one live with you guys, but I went over to the other printer. I'm going to show you the overhead of my other workbench. So that's the overhead shot of the workbench over there. You can see on the left-hand side there, I have a, that's an old CR-20 Pro taken apart for parts because I just didn't want to build up on that frame again, but I got some nice parts out of it though. So I'm going to build something out of it later. And then I've got the, what I did is I loaded some Filament Petg orange, the Filament orange Petg on the Ender 3 V2 over there. Yeah. This was just a little. These were just quick test prints. So, so anyways, I'm going to go grab that one. So I printed that one in the Filament Petg orange. I want to see the difference between these two prints. So I'm going to run over here and grab this one off of this bench. Okay. So this was on the Ender 3 V2 with my modified hen. This has the Fadius Dragonfly hot end on it. So it printed quite well as well. So let's bring this one back over here. And let's get this under the close-up camera and have a look at this one. Here we go. So this is the Filament Petg on the Ender 3 V2. And that's not a bad looking print. Let's see. Come on. Under here. There we go. So, you know, typical print, pretty good. The seam is up the back. These were all sliced in Prusa Slicer, and I have it set so it basically puts the seams along the one side so that the other sides are all clean and free of seams. So overall, pretty decent looking print. So my mic is going garbled again. Oh, you know why? It's that whole bending over thing with this wireless mic. So thank you. It should be okay now. Okay, so what I want to do now, so we have these three things that I printed so far. I'm going to print some more because I've also got the PCTG and the natural or transparent. So I've got the three pieces printed here. I'm going to put this thicker one aside for now. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to take this thicker one right now. And what we're going to do, oh, if I get it aligned in Prusa Slider, puts it in the corner. Okay, I haven't tried that yet, actually. I'm actually pretty new with using the newer version of Prusa Slicer with some of these printers. I'm trying to get myself off of Simplified 3D. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get to the close-up camera on this one, and I'm going to do my best to break this and squeeze it. Now, one of the properties of this filament that I saw on the Vision Miner stream was that it is next to impossible to break this across the Z-axis, across the Z layers. So we will see. So if I squeeze this, let's see if I can actually break this. I'm pushing hard. And this is only, I believe, a 2 millimeter wall. So I'm pushing that really hard. If you don't believe me, here, let's just, I can't break that at all. So that is tough. Okay, so that's the 2 millimeter wall. No, I can't pull that apart. I can't break it. So nothing. That's going to be tough to break. So I really am working on that. So here's the 0.8 millimeter. I did this one 0.8 millimeters so that it would print with just two 0.4 millimeter nozzles, so with two outer skirts. Is Tim on that toilet? No. Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it? Okay, let's get the close-up camera on this one, and I'm going to see if I can break this one. This one's going to flex a little easier, but let's see if I can break it. Oh, right there. Here we go. Okay, nothing. It's flexing, and nothing. There's no breakage happening at all. It's deforming a little bit here, but it's not breaking. Here, let's go to the big camera. Okay, so again, squeezing this really tight. No breakage happening at all across the Z layers, the Z lines. So now, let's compare that. Whew. It's warm when I start doing that down here, and I even turn the heater off. So let's go to the close-up again. This is the Filament Petg. Okay, exactly the same slicer settings, just a different printer. So same slicer settings as this one, different printer, different material, same temperatures, everything. So let's see what happens with this one. Right away. That broke real easy. So it's not breaking across the Z seams, but that broke pretty simple. That didn't take much at all. So, and if I, yeah. So again, there's that one, and let's try this one again with the PCTG. Oh, I finally broke it. Ouch, that hurt though. But I did break it. But it didn't break across the Z. The Z seam, it's on an angle, but that was hard. Okay, so anyways, the point being, this was a lot tougher to break. And if I still can't get this to break too much more. Way tougher. Way tougher. So, and this one here that's just a mere 1.2 millimeters thicker at 2 millimeters. I don't even want to really squeeze too hard with my hands, because I'm sure that if that does eventually give in, it'll cut my hand open. But that, let me try one more thing here. See if you can see it on this camera. This one. You might be able to see it, but I'm going to go over. We have concrete floors in this basement here, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to give it a good throw on the floor, and it went somewhere. Now I've got to find it, and it's intact. You're going to hear this. Oh, it bounced up to the roof, and it bounced it into one of my bins. Okay, one more try. And I just got to find this once more. Ugh. Oh, that last one. Okay, that last one. I was reefing it down onto the concrete floor. It took 3 hits onto the concrete floor, and it did break. But that is strong. And I still can't. There we go, finally. Once I got one crack in it. But that stuff's not going to break easy at all. Whew. There we go. So here, let's put it under this. I'm going to take a breather. Didn't even bring a glass of water down for myself tonight. That's okay. Anyways, lesson learned here is that this PCTG is a fair bit tougher. I'd say a lot tougher than standard PETG. Okay. Whew. That out of the way. Let's just check the questions here, because you need some of that. Yes. Well, it's an American-made product. It's a little more expensive than PETG, but it does what it says it's doing. Is it hard to print? No, it prints about the same as PETG, 255 degrees. These are straight. I basically took the Prusa slicer profile for my printer, and I switched the temperature to 255 degrees for the nozzle, 80 degrees for the bed, 30% fan speed maximum. So it's similar fan to Petg. When I did a first test print, I forgot to change my fan, and it was garbage. But 30% fan speed. It worked well. Just get that first layer down properly, and it worked really well. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to change the filament over here, because I have behind me here as well. So that was the black I had there. I have a roll of their natural. So here's how it comes packaged. So we get packaged in with a little bit of a foam protector, whatever, on both sides. It's a 750 gram roll. Let's just put this down. Okay. So we'll cut this open. Where is my knife? Let's cut this guy open. Okay, garbage down there. So this is called natural, which is basically a clear. Okay. Now it's also supposed to have great clarity on their clear film. So we're going to print a piece and try. Now, just so you're all wondering, this particular test piece that I printed, I've kept it short. It's a 45-minute print. So when I set this up, I'm going to print this. I'm also going to print another Petg one over on the Ender 3V2, so we can compare the two as well and compare it with this transparent. Now, the actual feel of the filament itself, when you on the roll, it's very soft feeling. Not as soft as, say, a TPU. It's got a very soft soft hand to it, I suppose, if you want to call it. It's not brittle at all. There's no brittality. Is brittality a word? It's not brittle. And the other feature of it is that it's very moisture resistant. So it does not absorb moisture super easy like some other filaments do. So I don't want to let this end go. So I'm just going to plop this in here. I'm going to switch cameras here, and I'm going to go over here and then just switch the roll here. Okay. Let me get my snippers. And we're going to clip that here. The roll for a 750 gram roll, it feels, I don't know if the word's dense, but it feels heavy. It feels about like a kilogram roll. And it could be the spool, I suppose, but yeah, there we go. It's a nice heavy feeling material. So let's get this other one out. Let's release that. I guess I better heat this up first. Yeah, I guess it helps to preheat it. Okay. I'll go to preheat ABS, and that will definitely come out at 240 degrees. I'll be able to release that. So in the meantime, brittleness. Thank you. Brittleness. Yeah, I like making up my own words. So, oh, speaking of filaments, while this is heating up, I am going to be working on a few new filaments in the next little while. I got some filament in that I ordered a while ago. And this is filament this was referred to me from somebody. This is filament called Add North 3D filament. And this stuff is made, oops, there we go. This is made in Sweden. And this particular one is called Glitz Sapphire. Okay. I was on a stream, watching a stream somewhere, and somebody talked about this filament. It's supposed to be really good. Comes packaged really well. Glitz Sapphire, and it's got, I don't know if you can see the color here, but it's like a glittery, very nice glitter sapphire blue on there. So I've got a few different colors of this. I brought in a few boxes, as you can see over here. 3 different colors, 3 or 4 different colors, and they're all the Glitz colors. So we're going to give them a go one time. And of course the Matter 3D filaments are that's the new Canadian manufacturer. They source a lot of their materials from the US, but they manufacture and produce, melt, and do all the filament in Canada. So it'd be good for X toys, possibly. Less prone to breaking, and it has a little more flex than Petg, and a higher temps gives the layers better bonding. Yes. Yeah, the Z bonding is what they brag about too, as far as that goes. So, okay, we're up to temperature where I can actually change this filament out. Oops. I'll leave you guys staring at a blank screen. At least this way you can see my hands over here on the printer doing something. So we've just released and this is stock CR-6SE. I don't even think I've upgraded the firmware on this one yet. I do want to do the community firmware so I can have that cooler touchscreen on it eventually. But But I've got to watch Tripod Garage's video on that one day and actually do it. So, but this is basically a stock CR-6SE. Nothing's changed on it, not even the bed, not the extruder, nothing. And this has been working really well for me. Sorry, Tripod, but this thing has been nothing but a blessing so far. I'm not sorry, but you know, everything things happen. The only thing I don't like about this printer, and I'm sure everybody who has one will agree, is the gap between the feeder and the filament sensor. It's not easy to get the fingers in there to feed the filament in. There we go. Just had to use a little bit of ingenuity and some tweezers. And there we go. Okay. So now I'm just going to switch this camera over so you guys can have a view of something going on here. There we go. Focus on the actual task at hand here, no pun intended. And I'm going to feed the filament in here. I'm going to set up, we're going to go to the temperature at 255. I've already mesh leveled the bed, so we're good that way. So the bed should be fine. And then we're going to feed, let's feed 50 millimeters of filament so we can get rid of all that black and get the clear coming out. There we go. Does my Ender 3 V2 overextrude? Yours doesn't. About to do the retraction test. I think it's overextruding a little bit. I'm getting some elephant foot. Mind you, that could be my first layer issue. But for the most part, no, it's been pretty good. Now the clear is starting to come out here. I think we're good for the clear. Just want to make sure all that black is cleaned out of there. Maybe I'll just go and do another 20 millimeters of clear out of there just to ensure that all that black is out of there. Yeah, I am starting to get a nice filament collection. I got to start printing some stuff, but I'm not just, I'm at a point where I don't want to just print for the sake of printing. I want to print practical, useful things now. I can learn something from one of your videos, Tripod. Absolutely. So. Okay, I'm just going to finish this. Then while this is starting, I'll get back to the chat and answer some questions if I can. Okay. Now let's go back. I have this model already loaded. So we're going to go print, 0.8 millimeter wall, and print. And then let's go over. I'm going to now go over to this printer, which is the the Ender 3 V2. And I'm going to get it, start printing the one in the Filament Petg. So we'll go, whoops, I don't want to change the Z offset on that. 0. Let's go back. And we're going to go print and print. And this one's going to start getting ready to print too. So there we go. Okay. Here we go on this. I'm just going to get that off of there. Let's see if this other camera's working yet or if I totally messed it up. Not that one, this one. Nope, I messed up my Olympus camera. So there we go. Okay. What I'll do is I'll put this my audio sounds like a purring cat. Hopefully, I think it's just because maybe I'm moving around and it's rubbing on my shirt. Maybe I need to start using the Yeti microphone again instead of this. So let's see now. I'm going to give you guys a camera on here so you can see that printing as we talk. Nope. Existing And close-up cam. And okay, and there we go. So let's put this just down. Oh, we'll put that right up here. There we go. And let's get a little better view of this as it starts to print. And it's going to be tough to see the first couple layers because it is very clear filament. Like I can see the bed straight through that first layer. There we go. So too bad. I wanted this this Olympus camera as a pretty cool. Unless I can, let's see if I reset the camera. If I take it out of, let's just see if this is actually gonna. If I remove it, let's just try this. Bear with me 1 second, because that gives a really cool picture. If I remove this camera now and try and add it back in, I know you got a black screen there. That's why I'm going to continue talking so you don't think it is missing. And if I go to this, there we go. And go, okay, there it is. Okay. Ah, so this, I got it working now. Good. So we can put it in here, and then we can focus. There we go. That's a nice, there's a nice view. Aha. Okay. Now let's switch back to me. Hi, I'm back. And I'm going to, I'm going to add that I'm going to add that camera to this one as well, because I really like the look of that. Now, the only problem with this Olympus camera as a streaming camera, and I'm going to try and figure it out yet, is that it, is that the one here? Yeah. It's battery. It runs with a battery, and I have not found a power supply to hook this thing up. There we are. To hook this thing up. So when the battery on the camera is gone, it's gone. So, but you can notice it's what a difference though when you're using, this is the Olympus, it's an OMD EM1, it's a micro 4/3 camera. So I'm able to actually, with this, with the lens, I can actually zoom right out and give you this view, or I can actually zoom super close and give you a view like this. So I really like that based on versus the Logitech webcams. And this has a really good lens on it too. It's a fast lens and it's a clear lens. So okay, so let's watch these print. And we have over here, as I said, we have the on the bench cam, you'll see that we have the Ender 3 V2 is just coming down and getting ready to start its print of this exact same print. So let me go back, and I apologize, I haven't been following the chat, but let's go back and see if there's any questions that I answer. And NLTMW, how are you? Welcome to the stream. And what's this say? So you're saying OSB, deactivate Olympus cam, then activate. Yeah, and that's all I did, as I went in and deactivated and reactivated, and it worked no problem. I'll have to get a new shirt that says print PCTG. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you can see that one in the background there. That's the one of the first layer t-shirts. Yeah. So yeah, so anyways, next week to celebrate, let me get rid of some of this garbage off my desktop here, these broken ones. So to celebrate 500 subscribers, which I thank everybody here, because I know everybody here is a subscriber. Oh, Mika, how are you? Good day. Good day to you too. We're going to have next Sunday at 1 hour earlier than normal. We're going to start at 6 p.m. And the only reason for that is because I don't want it to run too late, and I'm hoping everything goes smoothly. It's next Sunday is going to be the live giveaway draw. And so far, I have a list of some items that are going to be given away, and there's hopefully going to be some more added through the week. So we have some Prusament PLA, 1 or 2 rolls of Prusament PLA. We're going to have some Matter 3D PLA that's going to be given away. I've got a spatula from BuildTac BuildTac is going to generously donate a prize for the giveaway as well. A follow by Edgy is one of the prizes. That's that little device that you put your camera on and it follows your face around. Great little prize there. We have possibly, I'm in the works with a few things now, possibly a Fadius Dragonfly hot end, possibly some Arion Silk PLA, and possibly a 3D printer. We're working on that, and I'm going to work hard during the week to make that happen, and hopefully some more prizes with that. But that's just a short list of what I've been able to come up with so far. So it's going to be exciting. There's going to be some nice little prizes for people to win there. I see somebody asked. I'm assuming you mean Matter 3D. Yes, they do ship to the U.S. Anything that I am giving away on my giveaway next week, so far, let me think about this, but so far I'm pretty sure it's all Canada and U.S. Actually, Canada, U.S., and even some international ones. Like the Prusa Mint will ship anywhere worldwide because that'll ship directly from Prusa. So, and the Matter 3D PLA, yes. So obviously, Mike, you've had a little bit of experience with it. I'm quite happy with that PLA and the way it's been working for me. So I have a barking dog you guys can probably all hear again. So I don't think he's just barking at people outside the window upstairs. And if I put him in this crate, he barks even more. So there we go. There's a couple different views of that. Yeah, I like this, the bottom picture here. Like the color is so much more accurate than the other ones. Prusa Mini, please. I don't know. Possibly. I have to see. I have to talk to a few people through the week. I'm waiting to hear back from a few vendors, a few suppliers. So we'll see. I'm hoping to add to that list throughout the week. So that would be great. So I will be putting up a video about it on Monday or Tuesday notification, and I'll be putting up the live stream, you know, the YouTube live stream notification thing. And so the more people you share it with, the more prizes I may end up giving away. So, you know, let's make that happen. So, and I've also got a special thing that I've not yet seen done in a live stream giveaway that I'm going to do, but I'm not going to announce that till next week. It's just something that's going to be a little bit different. But stay tuned because it's going to be different, but yet exciting, and it's going to generate a lot of interest, I'm sure. So, yeah. Yeah, like, subscribe, ding the bell if you haven't subscribed to me. We've got an exciting 2021 coming up. I know we're in March. Hey, yesterday was the first day of spring, so goodbye winter. Basically, piss off winter. Hello spring, yes. So that's been great. So spring cleaning, fresh new studio. So we got some exciting stuff going for 2021. So, yeah. Man, let me zoom in on this bottom one. I've got to figure out the battery on this thing because I love the way this image looks. Look at that. That's why all the big streamers use those Canon cameras. Look at that. What a nice image there. That's that natural clear filament, PCTG, laying down there. How are we doing over on the, I haven't even looked over, how are we doing over on the bench cam on the Ender 3 V2 with that nice Fadius Dragonfly hot end, and you can see that big fan on the side. And, you know, I didn't even compensate. I totally forgot to compensate for the fan speed for that big cooling fan, but that part printed out actually quite well, and it's doing really well over there. And that is with a BQ flexible build surface on there as well. So yeah, a little product placement plug, why not? So, but that is a yeah, that's a little bit of an upgraded Ender 3 V2. So. But that hot end has been working beautifully. That hot end shroud that's on there, whatever you want to call it, has been working wonderful as well. So, yeah. The PCTG. Okay, let's look at that right now. Good question. So I'm gonna switch over to this screen right here, and let's look that up. So let's go to their site here, and we're gonna go shop. Okay. Oh, and they sell some pretty cool printers and dry boxes. I mean, look at the dry box here. An Essentium dry box DB720. $17,500 dry box. Wow. Anyways, these guys are obviously into some, if you go to their main site, this company, Essentium, is obviously into some pretty big industrial printers. Like, look at these things. I mean, they're a little bit out of my out of my price range. So, but yeah, these are some pretty big 3D printers that they're selling here. So, yeah, especially when you have to get a quote on their printers. Yeah, you know that they're something I'll never see. But pretty cool. 690 by 500 by 600 millimeter build size. Pretty good. Anyways, let's go to the shop. Let's find their filament, which is their PCTG. And the thing is that they are limited basically to black and clear, but they do have white. No, this is a different site. When I went and got it, it was a little bit different. Let's find it. No, this is not the same site that I was on to buy it. But this one here is the transparent I got. So you're looking, oh, here we go, right here. So their color options right now are black, natural, and white. Okay, now you can custom order colors. Okay, so they are looking, so let's just say we're going to go with the black. We're going to go with a 1.75 millimeter. So we have 2.5 kilograms or 750 grams. So 750 gram, $39.95 a roll, okay, which isn't bad for what you're getting, because you're getting a little better quality than your PETG, and you saw how durable this stuff was. And we're going to do the same test with this clear one when it finishes printing as well. So, and then you can get the 2.5 kilogram roll, $125.95. I believe if you do the math, that's a better deal. What's that work out to? 2.5 kilograms works out to about 60. That's going to be what, about $50 a kilogram? Yeah, about $50 a kilogram, which isn't bad, you know, considering what you're getting. So, and it looks like they have, that looks like a silver almost. But they do mention that you can get it in different colors, okay? And here's the key features. You can, you know, perfect starting point for fixtures, low cost, easy to print, which it is. It's easy machinable and easy to finish. I haven't tried any of that yet. It does have a great surface finish on it based on my little tests so far. You don't need an enclosure to print it. They say it's great for prosthetics and orthotics because it's got that little bit more flex to it, and it's very strong, unaffected by humidity, which I love. We don't really have a big humidity problem out here, but I know that there are some places that do have humidity problems. So, I mean, there's a big selling point right there. Strong enough for lightly loaded fixtures, and basically colors are available for color coding. So that, to me, that says that they can give you a custom color. So higher impact strength than the Petg, and it's made in the USA. So there we go. You can't really beat that. With that said, if you have to ask, it's way too much. Yeah, see those printers? Wow, those are some pretty fancy and intimidating looking printers. So kind of crazy. 13 times higher impact than Petg. Well, it took me 3 good smacks on the floor here, on a concrete floor, like 3 good hard throws to actually crack that. So that was pretty impressive. Yeah, I'm sure the custom color price would not be cheap. Definitely not. So it's so humid there, it don't even rain. Yeah, welcome to Las Vegas, right? So here we go. Let's see. Let's see if I can focus this one a little bit more. Such a touchy focus on this. I love the bokeh background on this camera too, because it kind of just gets you focused right on the project at hand. And so obviously this is using a very small aperture at the moment. I've got to play with this camera a little bit more and figure out if I can get that, make that look a little better. But it's not bad. These prints are coming along pretty good, and I believe the Ender 3 over here is catching up a little bit. Yeah, it's coming along pretty good there too. That's printing that beautiful orange Prusament. PETG. Yeah. Do they mention what temperature it can withstand after printing? I don't know. You know, let's go have a look and see if I could see if they have anything about temperature on there. Let's go back here. Let's have a look here and see if they talk about temperature. Let's see if they have anything about materials. No, okay, this is just their... These are all the different filaments they carry, and I'm sure they all have a specific purpose. Compare. Let's do a compare, and let's compare that to, oh, I don't know. I don't care. Let's just compare to some other material, and we'll view the comparison and see if they talk about temperature. So we have tensile strength, elastic modulus, elongation at break, notched izod price, heat deflection temperature. Would that be, although it says 0. So yeah, heat deflection temperature. Yeah, I don't really, it doesn't look like there's any data filled in on any of these graphs. So I'm not quite sure. Let's have a look. Let's see if I do a different comparison. PCTG, view details. Yeah, they're not getting into much detail. It doesn't look like anything about heat. Okay, here we go. Here is a data sheet. Let's see what we have here on the data sheet. Hazardous identification, first aid measures, fire extinguishing measures. So carbon dioxide, water, and sand is the type of fire extinguisher you need. Accidental release, handling and storage, exposure controls, physical and chemical properties. Let's see. Relative density, 1.23 to 1.27 grams per cubic centimeter. Water solubility insoluble, so it's waterproof. It's transparent in color. That's this particular one. Stability and reactivity. Toxicological, ecological. I don't see anything about fire and what temperature it would burn yet. The glass temperature, okay. See if we can find anything on these sheets here. I don't see anything on this particular sheet. But I'm sure, given the fact that you can print it up to 200 and, what's it say on the spool here? It's rated up to 208 degrees. It's going to be pretty good. You probably won't melt in the dash of your car like PLA would as well and deform. Yeah. Don't see anything on there about glass temperature, but we can always look that up and find it out. Okay, Built Overbot, thank you for popping in. Have a wonderful night. So we're just going to let these two guys print. We'll compare the two. Oops, don't need the light on. There we go, focus. Let's see, what else is happening? Could be listed as the glass transition temperature, or TG. Yeah, I'll have a quick peek while you guys keep an eye on this, on these prints going on here. But let's see. Actually, if I do a command Control F on this document and look for TG, don't see anything under TG, and let's look for glass, the word glass. Nope, just eye protection safety glasses. Aha. Did I make the screen? Which screen? Oh, the screen, this screen in behind me over here. This one, this purple one? Yes, I did. Oh, no, the screen above me, no. I didn't make this. This was purchased a while ago for my full-time job. And our landlord said, nah, you can't use it. So after we used it for a year and a half, they said, now you can't be using that in the main lobby. So no, so I basically, it sat in our storage for about a year and a half, 2 years, and I just decided to take it home and use it. Astro Printer, Liam, PCTG has a glass transition of 85 Celsius. Okay, is that good or is that bad? That's so basically 85 Celsius. If your glass temp gets too low, the faster, drink faster or add ice. Good one, Jerry. There we go. I like that. Yeah. I should have brought my water down. I'm thirsty. Maria, if you're still watching, can you bring me some water? You're not even home. I know. Petg is 75 Celsius. So this has a 10 degrees Celsius higher glass transition temperature. Okay. Which means that it can withstand more heat. I'm my little uneducated mind is thinking, right? So yeah. That's good. Yeah, but so far, it's pretty cool and strong. Get it myself, you can wait. Yeah, I guess I could just run upstairs. I could leave you with this beautiful view right here for now. Let's see how we're doing on this other one. Yep, that's coming along. But hey, listen, I'll leave you with this view right here. And you can see how well that's printing. Very nice looking so far. And I'll run up and grab the water, but I think you should keep audio all the way up, so you might even hear me. Let's see. If you get the audio as I climb the stairs, it'll be a play-by-play. Our puppy dog is standing at the window looking at me saying, "Oh." I will be very impressed. There he goes barking. Of course, as soon as I'm out of sight. Okay. There we go. How'd we do? Oh, you lost me. Okay. So obviously the mic cannot communicate one floor up in my house. Okay, so it's a little more complicated if you go into depth. I don't need to go into depth on glass transition rate, but that's okay. All I need to know is that this stuff is strong and it'll stand a little more heat than Petg and PLA. Yeah, this has a nice finish and is very strong. Obviously, this is what 255 I'm printing it at, and I'm trying to remember. You can go 220 to 280. So I'm sort of in the middle at 255. I'm wondering if it's the higher the temperature, the matte finish would happen, or the lower the temperature. I would think the lower the temperature, the less gloss of the finish. I'll have to test that next after when I put the black back on. So, because the black did finish with a nice glossy finish to it, and it does say that depending on the temperature you print it, it will give you a different finish on the surface. So hotter would mean better layer bonding. Yeah. Man, if I went up to 280, and I mean, to me, the layers were bonded pretty darn good on this thing. I mean, that took a lot to break it. So I can imagine if I print even hotter, but that's going to give me a little different surface finish too, I would think. So, PTFE liner in the hot end, that's right. Yeah. Especially that white stuff on this printer, it'll melt pretty easy probably. Yeah, 255 is probably plenty for now. Go faster. Yeah, hotter, faster, better than before. Grabbed a little snack while I was up there too. So everybody here, I'm assuming, is going to come on next week for your chance to win some amazing prizes. 255 is a little hot for PTFE. Well, we'll see if I have any problems with this. This one I do have, and I haven't upgraded that at all. This is still on the CR-6SE, that's the white PTFE that came with it. And I'm assuming that's going right down into the hot end. I don't know. I haven't really taken this nozzle apart yet to see. So we'll see how well this ends up holding up. Let's just wait and see. Did I bring enough for the whole class? No. Nope. These are just some little M&Ms. Just one of those little tiny packages. Just to give me that little sugar rush. So with PETG, gloss seems to go up with for the whole class. Oh, or for the whole, I'm reading I'm reading two messages at once. With Petg, the gloss seems to go up with the temperature. Okay, yeah, that kind of makes sense too. Oh man, how are we doing over here on the bench cam? Pretty good. So I took apart. There's one for everyone in the audience. There is. Actually, no, there wasn't even 27 in the. Oh yeah, 26 viewers. Somebody just dropped off, but there wasn't even 27 in the package. Now I'm down to 2 orange, 2 blue, a green, and a red. Well, 2 orange, 2 blue, and a green. Dangerous fumes of printing over 250 with Teflon tubing in your hot end. Uh-oh. Well, I'm running at 255 right now. I don't smell anything. Let me get closer. Come on, let me just see. I don't smell a thing. Unless these dangerous fumes. Can you have the green? Here, open your mouth. Open your mouth. Oh, there you go. You get it? Burn, baby. So I took apart, you can kind of see the remnants of the mess there on the, wrong camera. Where's the overhead one here? There we go. So straight down on this overhead cam, there's my Ender 3 V2. And to the immediate left, you see a pile of brain fart here, pile of extrusions. So those are the extrusions that came out of the CR20 Pro that I took apart. You're welcome, Essentium. Yeah, I took that apart. So I kept all the electronics. I have the motherboard from it, which, excuse me. Let me go have a look at it. Let me know if, hopefully you don't lose the mic here, because this is going to be a workbench I'm going to be working at sometimes. So I got this piece here. So I got some nice pieces out of this, taking this apart, which I can repurpose for other things. Maybe I build another printer or something. So hopefully you heard over there, because it's important that that mic works over at that other bench. But I got the, so there's the main board that came out of that CR20 Pro printer, and this is a Creality version 2.2, but those are not silent stepper drivers. That's a loud printer and so forth. So that came out of it. It's still working, so keep it, I don't know, paperweight, I suppose, or educational tool. You know, once I learn what all these things are for, I can start hopefully showing people. I got a touch screen, not a touch screen, I got your typical screen out of it, which, you know, spare part for something else or a paperweight. And this is really good that I got, and I didn't realize that printer. So I got this Meanwell power supply out of it. And back when I got these printers, I had no clue what Meanwell was, and I had no clue what the power supplies were. But this is a 24 volt 350 watt mean well power supply. That's a nice power supply that I took out of that printer. So that's a keeper for sure. So I will probably put this in something that doesn't have such a good power supply. But I didn't know that was a 24 volt printer. I didn't know it had a mean well power supply. So hey, I got some really nice parts out of that. So sort of get my money's worth out of taking that thing apart. Try making a custom printer with a motherboard. Really? Well, I guess I could. I suppose I could. I know a lot more about these things now than I did when I first bought this CR20 Pro. I was just excited that it printed a dog. So, yeah. Can't upgrade the stepper drivers on this thing at all. But, you know, it works, and I'm sure it's got a little bit of value to it. So, what the heck? Let's see. When you were in the 10th grade Halloween, there were skeletons all over one class. When the teacher left, you took a small leg bone and added it to a large skeleton and got the whole class in trouble, so you had to fess up. Yeah. 2.2 is an 8-bit board, Liam? Okay. 8-bit board, no doubt, and definitely not a silent board. Still got all that darn hot glue all over it that they put on it to hold all the plugs in. But yeah, so I'll keep that. But yeah, that power supply is good, and that screen is good. If I suppose for one of the what do I have that takes that screen right now? I don't know if I have anything that takes that screen right now, but you know, somebody might want one. Somebody might have an old Ender 3 or CR something and looking for this, and I can just give it away. So give it away to somebody. But I'll keep that power supply for myself for use on something down the road. And then all those extrusions and so forth. I mean, who knows? They're all good, so I may as well keep them, as well as the stepper motors. And there's a whole bunch of cables, wires and cables that are still going to be good. I have a power supply and a motherboard. You're just a few parts away from planning your own 3D printer. Yeah. I just didn't like the CR20 Pro. Didn't like it from the head. Didn't like the head. Didn't like the print head. Didn't like the extruder. Nothing. So if you break a connector on a board you're using, you can cannibalize parts from that board. Oh, there we go. You got sidetracked and missed an hour. Oh, hey, old curmudgeon. That's okay. You can go back and watch it. It's pretty exciting. Just ask anybody here. It's been a pretty exciting one. You did miss the M&M's, M&M's treats. So I ran out. I believe that, who got my last one? Somebody got my last one. Yeah. It's all right. This is looking pretty good. This one here, let me see. Can I zoom in a bit? No, that's zooming out. Zooming in. And, oh, touchy focus. There we go. How's the battery looking on this camera? Let's see. Oh, I still got showing full battery. Okay. So as long as this battery can last the length of a stream, that's great. But I could then take this camera, let's just see, and I could lift that camera up and show. I just unplugged it again. Okay. Come on. Oh, that's why the wires. Oh, the wires wrapped around my light. Oh, no wonder. Okay, poor wire management on my behalf. But in my defense, there we go. In my defense, this studio is still a work in progress. But I didn't want to cancel the stream tonight just because I didn't have the everything all set up, ready to go. So let's see. Let's plug this back in. Entertaining. Let's plug that back in. M&M Blizzard from Dairy Queen. Oh, that would be good. Hello, Mark. Hello, Shadowfang. Although you've been on it for a bit, but I just haven't said hello to everybody as they've come on. So I'm going to go back and get this camera active again. Bear with me. So apparently I take this, I go and I deactivate it. Hide. No, hang on. So if I do this and I do this, And then if I bring it back in, oops, no, it's got to be brought in as a new one. And bring it in as this. Oops, hang on. Such complicated things these are, aren't they? Add video capture device. Bring it back in, and there it is right there. And we're back in business. Look at that. Just like that. And look at that nice picture of the cable and the spool. Is that not something? Anyways, what I was trying to do was say that I could pull this guy up and give a really good, if I zoom out, come on, if I go to autofocus, there we go, and give a pretty good look at my new workbench area. So that right there, it's got the FL Sun Q5 on there. I've got my Mingda Rock 3 over there. My stripped down CR20 Pro, there we go, and the Ender 3 V2 running that piece that we're running over here. Pretty cool. Okay, so I've got to work on getting all of my lights and cameras and plugs and everything set up over on that other bench, so that when I do a printer build, especially when it comes to a printer like the CR30, whoops, focus, focus, come on, there we go. When it comes to a printer like the CR30 coming in, I'm going to need a lot of space, and so that was one of the motivations for improving my work area here in my studio, so I can sort of separate the main part where I'm talking now from the actual workbench part. The camera right now that I'm using, this is an older Olympus OMD EM1. I had a whole bunch of, I've got a bunch of lenses for it. Like I've got a Luma. It's a micro four thirds mirrorless camera. This is a Luma 14 millimeter. This is a really nice lens, 14 millimeter. I believe this is an f2 lens. It's just a tiny little micro four thirds lens, and I've got a few other different lenses for it. The lens that's on it is a 14 to 40 millimeter 2.8 pro lens that came on the camera. Anyways, I had this was my business partner's camera that I'm using now. He gave it to me. He doesn't use it anymore. I had one of these a while back and I sold it. We both had one through the business, and I sold it. And so I decided, then I found out that you can use this particular one to stream. And so I said to him, I said, do you happen to have that camera lying around? Do you use it anymore? So he donated it to me to use for streaming. So it's great. Oh, thank you. They're dialed in pretty decent. How's this other one looking? This other one's turning out pretty good as well, and it's coming along around the same rate. It started a little after. Yeah, these prints are looking pretty decent. Let's go back here. Come on. So can I get any closer with this camera? Let's see. This is that really cool close-up camera I like too. The only thing is it's there we go. There we go. And then this guy could use a little better focus. I love the bokeh on the I think it's called bokeh, the blurred background. Yeah, there we go. Only thing is if I zoom in too close, because it's got such a shallow depth of field on that thing, it's only really in focus right there. When it comes forward, when it goes back, it kind of goes a little out of focus. I haven't figured out how to adjust the aperture in movie mode. That camera has to be in movie mode in order to use it as a streaming camera. So, so for those of you who popped on afterwards, or who didn't hear my when I mentioned it last time, next Sunday, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern, I'm doing a 500 subscriber giveaway draw. We have prizes from the likes of Filament, Build Tack, Matter 3D, Edgy, possibly Fadius Dragonfly, possibly we're working on that. Arion is another one that I'm talking with, and possibly a printer. We don't know yet, but we're working on it through this week, and possibly more. So stay tuned and join us next week, and you can win yourself some filament, a spatula, a follow by Edgy, where it'll follow you as you move around. So there we go. Going to be exciting. My first giveaway. I think it's really my first giveaway. Stop telling everyone. You have a chance if fewer people show up. Okay, Travis, I'll do that. Don't put anything else on social media is what you're telling me? Okay. Populate your name on the wheel of names. I will remember that. For sure. Okay, we're almost done these prints, I think. Then we're just going to pop them off and give them the squeeze test. And I'm going to guess that the Prusament's going to win out over this clear one anyways. So, but we'll, we got to give it its fair shake. But the main thing, I wanted to show you guys how nicely and easy this PCTG is to print. It's doing a pretty decent job. Let me zoom out a bit on this so I can not worry so much about the focus right there. There we go. Well, what if I autofocus? Let's see what autofocus does. See, this is supposed to be in continuous autofocus mode, but it doesn't seem to be continuously autofocusing. 26 watching, but only 20 likes. Everyone hit that thumbs up. Absolutely. You're with Travis. Hey, Gary, don't tell anybody else. There we go. Well, hey, just because I'm doing a giveaway, it doesn't mean a lot of people are going to show up. So show up. You never know. If there's 10 people, I'm still doing the giveaway. There's no minimum. So we'll see. I honestly don't expect many more than we usually get, like 27 people watching right now. So we may have 27 to 30 people. That'd be great. If I got 50 people watching, I'd be tickled. I'd be tickled to death. We'll see. For those of you, let me see how many thumbs up are showing. 23 thumbs up. Well, anybody in this chat who is not given a thumbs up, you will not win a prize next week. How's that? Because karma will come back to kick you in the ass. So just be warned, be forewarned. Be forewarned. If there's only 2 people to choose, you'll still lose. Well, with that kind of an attitude, you will, Mark. Come on. And you too, dum-dum. Stop. You just never know. You just never know. How are we doing over here? Benchy cam. Bench cam. That's what I have it labeled on my... If you look at the overhead here, hang on. Let's see. Is this overhead 2 or side cam? So you see right here, I'm pushing my little Stream Deck here. So it's pretty cool. And everybody knows what Stream Deck is, but I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 buttons that I'm not really using. I'm only using 6 buttons. So I want to figure out how to program these buttons for sound so that when you guys say silly things, I can go like, or whatever. Or when I do hit my 1,000 subscriber, I want a button that's going to say Super Chat. Here we are. Let them. Okay, Liam, I'll let them. You triple click it to be sure. Hang on. Like, dislike, like. Okay, good. That means it stayed on like. Triple click is good. Yeah, I like to join the video. Thank you, Shadowfang. I even noticed there was a couple likes before the video even started, so that's great. Oh, looks like we have a finished print. Look at that. Oh, this one, this camera. Let's back that up a little bit here. Whoops. Come on. And autofocus. Choom. Let's zoom in on for effect. Dum, 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 dum. How close can I get with this and still look good? There we go. Oh, look at that. Nice. And let's get really close with this one. Nice. Okay, Ender 3v2, how are you doing? Oops, this one. It looks like it's almost done as well. Anyways, let's take a look at this one. Let's bring this camera up. Let's see how well this peels off. Oh, it just popped off like nothing, like nobody's business. A little bit too much squish probably, because you can see these, here, let me pop up to the close-up cam here. Probably a little too much squish in the bottom corners, because you can see a little bit of, tiny little bit of elephant foot going on the outsides there, but that's not a big deal. And because I didn't change any slicer settings, we have, where is the seam? Where is the seam? I cannot, oh, is that it right? Is that the seam right along here? No, that's the inside. I don't see the seam. Wow, not a bad looking print. I need a little squish on the first layer. Wow, you don't think that first layer is good? I think that first layer turned out great. But I don't see the seam. It hid the seam really well on this natural filament. Yeah, this turned out really well. Let's see the inside. You can see my finger right through there. It's got good clarity. On the corner. Oh, on the corner. Okay. On the corner. Doop, doop, doop. The seam is on the corner. Where? It's got to be on the corner, doesn't it? Although it wasn't on the corner on the other one. Is it right here? Maybe it's right there. Right there. Yeah, okay. Right here. I'm trying to look backwards on this. Ah, okay, cool. But nice looking print. And let's see, and it's squishable. I can actually touch the sides. That printed beautifully. Oh, did I see a crack? I see a crack. Oh no, that's just a bend. That's just a pressure bend from me bending it. Yeah. Okay, how are we doing over here? Let's see. Oh, look what just finished. Look what just finished. I get to go torture it. Okay, let me go get that. Fresh hot off the bed. Ooh, stringy. Oh. Let's see. Ooh, that's hot. Mind you, it's an 80-degree bed. So let's just flex the bed, and this should just pop off nicely here. There we go. Let's go see this one. Let's go inspect this print. There we go. Let's get it under the microscope. Okay, first layer. Nice. Look at that. That's the texture from the BQ flexible print surface. Okay, there's the seam on this one. So the seam is right up the one side, and these decent looking print. Not a bad looking print at all. Inside. Bottom looks good. Okay, Chris, have a good night. And let's give it the squish test. You ready? Okay, hang on. Remember this guy. Squish. Squish. Let's give this guy the squish test. Oh, I heard a crack already. Squish. Squish. Not bad, though. But I heard a crack. Where did it crack? Okay, let's do the pull test. Pull. No, how about corner to corner? Oh, I heard a crack and a break right there. Failed right there. Okay, and let's do a corner to corner on this one. All the way in, corner to corner, all the way in. There we go. Whew. Okay. Let's get rid of this. Yes. Oh, shoot. Okay, bear with me. I just deleted myself. Oh, my goodness. There we go. I just deleted myself from the camera. There we have it. So, proof is in the pudding. Okay, we have the Filament Petg printing on the Ender 3V2 with Prusa slicer, 255 degree nozzle, 80 degree bed, 30% fan. This is a 2 perimeters point, two perimeters, 2 bottom layers. Okay, I just designed this really quickly myself in Fusion 360, and it did pretty good on the side-to-side squish, but it failed on the corner-to-corner switch. OBS is fun. I just got to get to learn a little bit more, and I have a habit of deleting the wrong window. Then we have this one, which was the PCTG printed on the CR-6SE. Exact same specifications, exact same slicer. Okay, only difference is the printer, same temperature and everything. And this thing just lived up. I can probably break this if I really try, but I have to. Let's see if I can get this to break. Let's see. Oh, okay, I got it to break. But if you notice too, oh, that hurt. Look at the marks in my hands. Okay, that's gonna hurt. I got it to break. It didn't break across the seam at all. It broke down the seam. So this has really good Z-seam or Z-layer adhesion. I think that's what you want to call it. Yeah, that took a lot of pressure to break. So PCTG, 2 thumbs up from me. I'm excited to print a few more things and try this. I may even take this transparent and print my last droid I just printed, which I'm still working on, and print it in that. So price versus PETG, I would say you're looking about, depending on the brand of PETG you buy. Filament PETG is a little pricier than your standard PETG, but I would say it's the PCTG is probably 15 to 20% higher in price. But depending on what you want to use it for, if you have a need for that kind of strength and the higher glass transition rate, then it could be worth it, right? So it was $36 for a 750 gram roll, or $125 for a 2.5 kilogram roll. So if you buy it at 2.5 kilograms, you're looking at $50 a kilogram US, plus shipping, I'm sure. But the shipping wasn't that much. I got it up here in Canada. Our exchange rate is really good right now, better than it has been in over a year. And it shipped to me. I got it within, I did choose shipping, which was a few dollars more, but I got it within 4 days of ordering it. So I didn't think I'd have it in time for tonight's stream, but I did get it. So you're paying $20 for Petg right now. Yeah, and I depending on the brand, again, where you buy it and depending on the kind. But again, this is going to have its specific uses. But I had to try it because it just sounded too good to be true, and it printed very easy, and it lived up to what it did. And this was that's a 0.8 millimeter wall, so that's extremely thin, and it's that strong and that flexible. And yeah, as Dum Dum Dev says, it prints beautifully. So I'm going to try a bigger print. I just kept it to this size for tonight's stream so that I could actually live print this for you without taking forever. So yeah, hot end ducts, etc. Yeah, so we're gonna put this to some pretty good use. Yeah, so I've got these 2 rolls to play with. I got another roll coming in from another supplier for it. And so we'll just put it to use and play with it, and we'll show it off on some future streams. So that's it for tonight, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. It has been fun. I'm so happy that everybody joined. Again, remember, 500 subscriber giveaway next Sunday. It's going to be 1 hour earlier, so I will be putting a notice out on Monday or Tuesday. And I'm hoping to get some more suppliers on board, some more sponsors on board. We do have some pretty decent prizes to give away as is. I'm working on a printer. I'm not going to say anything about brand, type, size, anything. but I'm working on it. I can't promise it, but I'm working on it. I'm just a small channel, and I can't necessarily get the stuff that some of those bigger guys get for their giveaways. So anyways, thank you everybody for tuning in. It has been wonderfully appreciated as always. And I will see you guys next week on the giveaway stream. Keep an eye out on Twitter. Keep an eye out on YouTube for the set that reminder. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please like and subscribe tonight. Okay. And as always, remember, keep a level head and keep a level bed. And happy printing this week, everybody. And we'll catch everybody next week. Okay. Take care. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.